Hello, everyone. We're here at Natural Bridge State Park where we just spoke to Samantha. You wouldn't believe the things we didn't even know. We think you're going to really want to listen in.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got interested in state parks and what brought you to this part of
Awesome.
Kentucky.
Yeah, it's kind of a long story, but I know we spoke a little bit before, so I'm originally from upstate New York, and I went to Eastern Kentucky University with the sole idea that I was going to be an athletic trainer. And then junior year, I was like, I don't like this. What can I do? I like to be outdoors. And I found the Recreation Park Administration program at EKU and was like, I could get paid to like hike outside and be with people. I want to do that. And in that program, they make you do field work. So I actually did my seasonal like field work internships here at Natural Bridge in like 2017, 2018. And then the position came open and I also happened to be on their flyer, like the new marketing material. And I was like, hey, I think I'd do great in this position. And they were like, oh yeah. And then kind of just had the interview and hit it off from there and been here since 2019.
Nice.
So I really like, being outside and educating people and just helping everyone appreciate how to be a steward and enjoy the natural resources. Because especially now with the digital media age, it's sometimes lost on our younger generations, for sure.
And what a great place to be outside. I mean,
Absolutely.
I mean, this is phenomenally beautiful in a lot of different aspects.
Yeah, I don't really, some people say, what's your favorite thing? I don't think I have a one favorite thing. I just enjoy every park. And I like that all the state parks are different. Like you can go to the same park several times and have a different experience every time you go. Especially if you come like in the different seasons. Like a lot of people say, what's your favorite season? And people are just like fall or summer. But being from upstate New York, I love snow. So I like winter. And when we get an actual blanket, it just looks like a snow globe in here. It's so peaceful. So if you haven't came in the winter, y'all should come.
We haven't been
You haven't?
here. We haven't been here.
You gotta come.
Not in the winter, yeah.
It's literally like you stepped into a Hallmark movie. If we have a little bit of
Yeah.
snow, a little bit of falling, and you can be up on the arch, it's just, you have to come check it out. We'll go for a hike.
Our favorite time to hike any state park is winter.
Yeah,
That is
that's
our
when I like to.
absolute favorite time to be out.
Plus, you don't got to worry about mosquitoes
Yeah.
and sweat, so I like that better also. But yeah, you should try to come here in the winter.
The rock faces are visible. The geology is
Yeah.
so much more prominent
Yes.
when all the leaves are off and you can really see what's behind.
Mm-hmm.
The trees are beautiful.
They are, yeah, for sure.
The ferns are great.
Yeah.
But when you can actually see what's behind all those leaves, it's really special. So I know you just said there's so many special things.
They are.
What are, in your opinion, the top things people come here to see?
Well,
Or to do?
Definitely Natural Bridge. Hiking, I always recommend to hike the original trail, which y'all said you've been here before. Maybe you've hiked that one, because that trail has been here since 1895, aptly named the original trail. Yeah. So I like to tell folks, when you're hiking on that one, you're literally hiking on a piece of history and you're leaving your own impression for the next 100 generations to come through.
And that trailhead starts at?
It starts right behind the Hemlock Lodge lobby.
Okay.
There's like 2 trailheads for you. So you can start right behind the Hemlock Lodge lobby, but if you come to the park and park by like Hodon Island and the pool, it starts down there as well. And it all kind of connects together to bring you back onto that main original trail. So it's a good hike. It's 0.5 miles. It's got some nice historic shelters along the way too. So you can kind of like get a 2-for-1. You can get some history, leave some history, and hike up to the arch as well.
Now, it's just half a mile.
Mm-hmm. It's so steep, I know.
I was gonna
But
ask,
the elevation
would you know
shift
the
is...
elevation shift?
Yeah, so from the behind the Hemlock Lodge lobby, it's a 500-foot elevation change in half a mile, which is really, really quick. So it is really steep.
Right.
But that's why I like the shelters on it, because you can pull over and
rest.
take a little break. Yeah,
Rest.
have a little snack. So yeah, it is really steep, but I mean, what goes up, you got to get up to see the view.
Right,
so
right. So yeah, when you said half a mile, I was like, it always
I think
felt
that
like way
surprises
longer than
everybody.
that.
Yeah. Because I always tell people, like, if you take a half a mile flat versus a half a mile country road, the country road feels longer, and that's kind of how I compare the elevation.
That's a good way to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a great trail.
And pro tip, not that I've ever done this, but I do it every time. If you are struggling with the elevation shift as you're hiking, it's always nice to notice something that you need to take a photo of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then that photo stop gives you a little
break.
breather.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know. If I'm having I just had like a recent allergy kind of situation, and I was a little wheezy, you couldn't really breathe, congested. So I just stopped and talked to every single person. I was like, this works. I can breathe a little bit, can blow my nose, and meet some new folks. So it kind of was the best of both
friend
worlds.
making,
yes.
Check. Shelter,
absolutely.
Enjoying, check.
Yep.
Photography.
Absolutely.
Those are all
a
lot you can do in a half mile and 500 feet of elevation.
For sure.
Okay. And then if you start at Hoedown Island, there's even more of an elevation shift.
There is, yeah.
We don't have to talk about that.
It's not too much different, but there is like a little bit longer and a couple set of steps. But you get a cool view down there too, because you'll be able to see Hoedown Island and a couple of our interpretive signs down at that end of the park.
Hoedown Island is beautiful.
We just redid it actually, like literally this past Friday. We have a new group called Friends of Natural Bridge, which maybe a couple other parks you've heard of that before. So it's like our nonprofit organization who just wants to help beautify the park and make new stewards of the park. And they just did a beautification of Hoedown Island this past Friday. So that was exciting. Planted some new plants and got some new mulch around the garden.
Beautiful.
So we're excited to have them here.
Yeah. Now, okay, once you get up to the top, okay, so we've hiked it several times from Hemlock Lodge or beyond up to the arch. And then once you get up there, I mean, it is spectacular.
It is. A lot of people are like, where's the bridge? And you're like, you're on it. Like, you made it. Yeah.
And then but once you get, like, you can see the bridge, then, like, the hike is not over, because then you definitely want to go through Fat Man Squeeze.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yep, absolutely.
And then there's some steps after Fat Man Squeeze, and then there's another shelter.
Yes.
And then you're actually on the bridge.
Correct, yeah. Yep. And I know, like, a lot of people, and you all said you rode the Skylift for the first time.
For the first time yesterday.
When you get off the Skylift, people don't realize they are literally on top of it.
Yeah.
So that, what you just said, going through the squeeze and walking across the bridge is a nice way to be like, oh, this really is like a natural bridge.
Yeah.
And then when you if you hike up the original trail, you come up and through the squeeze. And I always tell folks to walk around to Lookout Point, and that lets you look back at the whole arch and its capacity to really understand what you just stood on top of and what you hiked up to. That's a great photo spot too, so you get the whole bridge.
How long has the Skylift been operational?
Since, now I might not have the correct year, but I know it's been like 1960, 65.
Wow.
Yep. And it gets regularly maintenance, and I just recently learned that it gets maintenance from, I don't know what his title is, but someone in Wyoming who does all that big cable work and stuff.
Okay.
So he's a hot commodity to come and fix the Skylift and make sure it's safe for everybody.
Yeah.
So
That was quite, I mean, again, yesterday was our first time, and it's impressive. The Skylift itself is impressive.
Yeah, and you get a different view when you go up that way. Like, you get to see that underneathing, like Fern Valley area and the different rock faces over there, and it's just a nice ride. Beautiful in the fall. When we have the fall colors, it's a great ride.
Yesterday was gorgeous. I mean, it come a little shower of rain while we were actually on the lift and when we get up there, but it was perfect.
It made
the sky, the clouds.
Yeah, but it was cool. Actually.
For us, it was. It
and
made
then
it
right
even
after
funner.
the rain, the fog began to come up from the trees.
A little misty. Yeah, that is cool. I like when it looks like that too. But it's a great ride for those who haven't done it. And then I like to tell folks too, a lot of people get a little confused with their trails, but you can take the Skylift up and then hike down.
Yes.
And if you take the right trail, you'll be in the same parking lot. Or you can do the exact opposite of that, hike up and take the lift down. So you kind of get like both if you want, which is a nice option.
Because you can purchase a down ticket.
Correct.
Up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, sure can.
I know when we purchased our tickets yesterday, they asked us if we wanted round trip, so we did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't know until we got up to the top that you could actually purchase tickets just
right. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun. We were glad we did it. But I will have to say, again with the incline thing, the chairlift was lovely, and you're easing along. It's 15-20 minutes or something like that. I think they said, to get up to the top. But once you start getting up to the top and you realize that you are ascending so quickly, that was a moment where we're like, are we really, wow. I mean, it's taking
I think I know exactly the spot you're talking about. Because when you go, you're like, oh, we're going.
For some reason, in my mind, the chairlift was going to take us out at the bottom of the arch. And we would, but I realized, we're zooming on up.
Yeah.
And we were asking people, is it scarier coming down so quickly? They were like, no, it's scarier going up. I was like, okay, well, thanks for that. Because, we weren't quite up there. But it was just fun.
Yeah, it is a fun ride.
And that's not something you can experience.
No. So
anywhere else.
I believe we're the only state park in Kentucky that has a chairlift or a skylift. So and it's good for families too. If you have the little kiddos that really can't hike or walk on their own yet, you can just plop them in the middle of you two and go on up and get up there and still enjoy it. So it's a good alternative or other option for sure.
It was a lot of fun. Okay, what else do people not need to miss when they come here?
So my favorite trail, it's actually not the original trail, even though it's a wonderful trail. My favorite trail in park is called Whittleton Arch. It's in our Whittleton campground. It's a 1 mile there, 1 mile back, so 2 miles round trip. But it leads to another large natural arch feature called Whittleton Arch.
Okay.
And it used to be an old logging road too, so it's not as steep and does not have that elevation, which I like sometimes. Sometimes I just want to ease along.
That's right.
It's got maybe a 250 foot elevation, falls a nice limestone creek, and we own a part of it, and then the Daniel Boone National Forest owns the other part of it. And there's some really cool foot crossing bridges on it. So that's one of my favorite trails, and that is one of our pet friendly trails as well. So it's a really good trail, nice hike, and I like to recommend that to a lot of people. And then you can also hike. We have another arch on park that's kind of, people don't always know about it. That's our Henson's Arch. So again, in our Whittleton campground, it's 0.3 of a mile. So I think I tell literally everybody to do that because it takes maybe 10, 15 minutes. And it's the smallest arch in the whole area. And it's more to me like a window is kind of how I explain it. You can kind of walk down in this cool cave feature. It usually has some waterfall runoff. And then you can look up and out and see the little opening that technically makes it an arch. And that trail was actually named after one of the first, I think, I don't know if he was a commissioner or park manager. His last name was Henson, and his dog used to always go over there. And he lost his dog and was like, where'd he go? And found him over there and then found the arch. So it's a neat trail. I like that one. So that one's dog friendly as well too. So those are the other two. If you've already hiked, to Natural Bridge, I would definitely recommend hiking those ones as well.
I did not know that there were 2 more arches.
2 other hidden arches.
That's so exciting. Okay.
They're really good, and they're one part I like about them too is they are right in the campground. So a lot of the campers, you don't have to leave and drive somewhere else. I mean, it's only across the road to get to these sides after you to hike up to Natural Bridge. But if you're just waking up and want to hang out at your site, you can boogie onto Henson's and be back in 20 minutes for lunch. So I like that option for folks. Yeah. And then we also, this I think is one thing that surprises people, is we have a cave on park.
Oh.
So a lot of people, when you say caves, they think Mammoth Cave, Carter Cave, which are both great, caves to explore. But we have our own. It doesn't really have its an official name. We just call it the Natural Bridge Cave. But it's on our Balanced Rock Trail, and you can only do it with a guide. We'll take you in. We provide the helmets, flashlights, and it's a small cave. So I usually start my tours off who's been to Mammoth Cave and Carter Cave? And I'm like, cool, it's nothing like that. And they're like, what do you mean? And you'll see when we get in there, it's very, small quarters, no crawling or anything, a little bit of what I call duck walking in the entrance. But then it opens up to 40-foot ceilings, and we go about a mile in, and we'll point out bats and salamanders, and I love doing the cave tours. And I think that's really surprising.
Okay, so we know caves.
Yeah.
A mile in is substantial.
It's pretty good, yeah.
That's nothing.
Good. Yeah, we have 3 main rooms that we'll explore and check out, and hopefully, see some critters. And I think I like to do those, especially when it's 90 degrees out, because it's nice and cool in the cave.
Right.
So, but I think that's one thing that people are like, y'all have a cave? I didn't know that. And we're like, yeah. And we kind of rotate out our guided experiences. So, sometimes we do hikes up to Natural Bridge. Sometimes we do the other arches. Sometimes we do the cave. But you could always call in and be like, hey, this is Rochelle and Tony. We want to do a cave tour for just the 2 of us. Awesome. When do you want to come and what time?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so I really like that we
Wow.
offer that as well.
I hope everybody hears this.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
call for a cave tour.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. So, stalactites?
Not really. It's
It's a
too
dry
small. We do have so there's a freshwater stream that runs from the top of Natural Bridge through the cave and then kind of goes down below your feet and comes out near our like lower part of the park and then feeds into Hodon Island. But there's nothing like super high water or anything like that. So, but it's really neat. It used to be open to the public, like I want to say 60s, 70s, 80s maybe. Because I've met folks that are like, well, I remember when that was open. We used to go in there all the time. Yeah. But, vandalism, they had to close it. But the main reason was because in 2008, the American Cave Conservation Association found white nose syndrome on a lot of the bats. Since then, and, using these guided efforts, and we've got like a boot brush and stuff like Mammoth Cave and Carter Cave, we have no longer had any white nose. So it's a good way to let guests experience like the bats up close, but also explain to them like why we do these things or why we're a nature preserve. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun. I like those as well.
Yeah, well, I'm just blown away. I didn't know there were 2 more arches. I didn't know there was a cave. Yeah. We've been here literally 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of hidden. Like it's on the map, but unless you really take a minute to see it, it's super easy to just miss it, and then you're missing half the park.
Well, and you all are near Slade, which is a trail town, and there's so much to do there too.
There is, yeah.
So I guess we just haven't immersed ourselves enough in the past year. We've done, some other things at the gorge. And
that's what I was saying. The gorge for sure is another great, even though it's not us, we're still within the same national forest. So, some people have been like, I did all those arches and I did the cave. Now what? And it's like, well, how long you want to get lost in the gorge for? No, but there's a lot of good trails there as well. So
many. So this really can be a place that you camp with you all. Yeah. Stay with you all and spend days on trail.
For sure. And we do in the summer, so usually May to October, we run different educational programs throughout the campgrounds too. So, if you maybe don't feel like hiking or the weather's not good, we might be doing, I don't know, make your own birdhouses in Littleton, and you can come on over and do that. Or we'll do ghost stories and s'mores or moonlight canoes. So we kind of try to keep rotating activities so people can create an experience and then come back and keep generations coming back. So.
Love that. Canoeing, paddling. Yes. Where is that happening?
Our Mill Creek Lake. Okay. So we have a third-party company that rents out kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. Mm-hmm. But then here in the park, we have a fleet of about 8 canoes. Okay. And we do more of like I said, the moonlight canoes. We kind of let the Mill Creek Lake folks, and that's just what their page is called, is Mill Creek Lake Kayak and Sup. We let them kind of take the daytime opportunities, and then we'll take the evening opportunities and do moonlight canoes, point out astronomy, hopefully see some fish kind of biting up in the air. So, and all of those you can call and pre-schedule it, or you can just catch us on our rotation of guided experiences. So, and if you've never done a stand-up paddleboard, have y'all ever stand-up paddleboarded?
We have not. Our children have.
It is interesting. Yeah. I did it one time with them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall right into this water. It was cold. I think we did a photo shoot thing, and it was not summer. And it was hard to keep your core balance. I was like, I'm not falling into this cold water right now. But it was fun. I would definitely recommend it for those who have not done it before.
Yeah, our kids did it with manatees.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Super fun for them.
Yeah.
I like a nice kayak.
Yeah. I like a kayak too.
I like a sit on top kayak. I'm very opinionated about my kayaks.
That's all right. At least you know what you like.
You know what you like.
Yeah.
You develop an idea of what works for you best. So that sounds like so much fun.
It is super fun. And then not on the park, but just down the road from the park is the underground kayaking. Have y'all ever done that?
We have not.
So that's really cool too. That's what made me think of it, is they have sit on top kayaks.
Okay.
So you can come, stay here, do all this fun stuff with us, and then 3 minutes down the road is the Gorge Underground. And they are an old limestone mine, and you can do crystal clear kayaks is their kind of big thing. You can pick your boat light, and then they take you through. It's totally dark except for your boat lights and the guide's headlamp. and they'll explain the history and stuff, but they also stock it with like trout and bass. So you kind of get to see the fish like come right up under your boat. It's really cool.
That's right.
They book up really fast though. So if you are interested, definitely call ahead because they're probably already booked for the summer.
I think I would
it is
really
cool.
prefer the astronomy and outdoor night paddle with you.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
No offense to
just a different experience.
Because I'm sure you'll have a great night sky.
Yeah, and we try to time it with the full moon if we can. So it's just two different experiences. If you rent from them, you might just kind of go out on your own and go fishing. If you do a guided thing with us, we're going to talk a little bit more about the educational things, maybe tell you our local ghost stories while we're out there in the middle of the lake. So just two very different experiences for sure.
What else do you want to make sure people know? You all are celebrating.
Yes, it's our 100th anniversary this year. Yep. So I can give you a little history if y'all are interested. In 1895 was when really tourism started in the area with the railroad company called Lexington and Eastern. And they actually started the excursion train. So I know y'all mentioned you were at the pool. And did you see the big tunnel down there? So that train used to come all the way from Ohio. It was about 10 cents when they first started to buy your round trip train ticket, which I don't think you can buy anything anymore for 10 cents. No. But it would come through that tunnel and actually stop and dock right on Hoedown Island, which is like a concrete pad, and then let folks off and they would hike up the original trail. Wow. So you get to see the train tunnel. If you come to the pool, you'll see it as well. And they did that excursion train ride for a while, a couple years. They also did a little bit of timber harvesting, natural resource harvesting while they were here. But then in 1915, a different company, which most people have heard of, Louisville and Nashville, purchased the land. They kind of, kept the excursion for a little bit. And then in 1926, they were like, hey, this is some cool land. We need to make sure it's protected. And they donated it to the state. And that's how we became one of the first 4 original state parks. So it's kind of just your brief history as to how we got to the 100 years. And then
in 1926.
Yeah,
so
1926.
4
so
original.
Yes. So I don't want to say them wrong, but it's us. I think Pine Mountain. I think it's Old Fort Herod and Blue and Gray, which is no longer a state park anymore. Wow. But yeah, so I think that's kind of cool. So not only are you going to come experience all the history, but now it's our 100th anniversary. So if you come this year, you're going to leave an even more impressionable moment of when you come. Yeah. And we're planning a 100th birthday party on July 18th. Oh, okay. We are working on all the details, but we're hoping to have live music. It's also L8's 100th birthday parties, or 100th year, excuse me. So I think they're going to come and do some sampling events. So keep an eye out on our social media page for that because we'll post all about it. So.
How cool.
Yeah, it should be fun.
That those are happening at the same time.
Yes, yeah, we're really excited that we could kind of team up with them because I feel like if you think of Natural Bridge, you think of Natural Bridge, Miguel's Pizza, and LA. So you can kind of come and get all those in the same.
That's the vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure the vibe.
It is sort of a holy trinity.
It really is.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, L8 is a very beloved local beverage here.
Yes.
It's bottled and has an original flavor. You had a Kentucky Mule last night at the tavern here called... it's called the Kentucky Mule, but it was L8 and bourbon.
Oh, but that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then, but they also have several flavors of L8. And
I used to not like L8 when I first moved here, and I swear I got shunned. People were like, no, you have to, this is the blood of our people. You have to like this. And I've slowly tried it, and I do like it now. Yeah. They have a ton of flavors, like you said. I think they come out with a new flavor every summer.
Yeah, it's fun.
So it's really cool. And we're the only state park that has it on fountain.
On tap?
Yeah. So that's cool too. You can get a fresh L8.
Wow. L8 on tap?
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that.
It is hard to beat that.
We live in ski country.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know about ski, but
I've heard of it before, but I don't know a whole lot.
A lot of places, if they have ski on tap, it's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
So, but L8 on tap.
Yeah, L8 on tap, and come. We've got all sorts of flavors. So.
Yeah, and great food at the park lot.
Yes, that's the other thing I was going to mention is we have our Sandstone Arches restaurant, so you can come and get a meal, and then you can go visit the Trails End Tavern, which sounds like you guys have already taken a stop there. And we have over, I think it's 100 different types of bourbon in the tavern.
Yeah, it was a well-stocked bar.
Yeah, so if you really like bourbon, you can come and do a bourbon flight and get a whole bunch of different samples. So
it was a very really Kentucky bar.
Yeah.
Very Kentucky. So, wow, so much to do. Oh, when we didn't even mention this at the beginning, we are sitting in your nature center. amazing exhibits, as you can probably see behind us and behind Samantha. Really neat things. You all do programming throughout the summer, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So lots to do. Oh, we did swim yesterday. One of the most beautiful pools.
Oh, thank you. We try really hard.
And of course, it's a part of Hoedown Island.
Yes.
And the middle fork of the Red River
Yep,
runs around the island or beside the island or something.
Yeah, it runs like beside it, and then in like shortly after that first excursion train started, they decided to dam the island, or dam the river and make Hoedown Island to make like paddle boats and another like tourism stop for folks. So, but yeah, it is the middle fork of the Red River.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
What else do you want to make sure people know?
So definitely, so speaking of Hoedown Island, if you haven't came to Hoedown, you should come to Hoedown. Have y'all been to Hoedown before?
We have not been to Hoedown.
It's an experience. Y'all should come check it out.
We feel like you are telling us
It's fun.
Thing.
It is fun. And every night is different. So every Saturday night from April to October, unless it's like a downpour, thunder, lightning, we do Hoedown right at Hoedown Island. Starts at 6:30, goes to like 9, 10, kind of till people quit dancing. And we have a caller. She's been here for a long time. I'm not sure how long, but she's been here for a long time. And she'll teach like the Virginia reel, how to actually do each of the traditional Appalachian square dances. And then we also do like Cupid Shuffle, electric slide. Those are in there as well. So it's really fun for all generations. You know, we've got some people who come religiously every Saturday, and you know, they might be older and they use it as their exercise.
Yeah.
And they come like, you know, we know them, they know us, they come every Saturday. But then we have a lot of like campers who are like, what's going on over there? And you're like, come on, check it out. Like, so y'all should check that out if you haven't yet.
We should. We should make it a point to come on a Saturday night.
And I think as of right now, we're going to try to, if people come for our birthday party, you'll get into Hoedown for free, because we're going to try to time it right after the party. It'll lead right into Hoedown. So that's our goal for that. So that would be a good time for y'all to come.
So you get birthday, you get
July
LA.
18th.
Yep, July 18th.
You get Hoedown.
We don't have times yet, but
That's
TBD.
okay. Yeah, that's right. Keep watching.
Yeah.
Well, that is so fun.
It is really
such a
fun.
long-standing tradition.
Yes. So we've been doing Hoedown at the park for over 50 years.
Wow.
And Richard Jett is kind of the original caller, and there's a nice interpretive sign down there about him. You can kind of read how he got started. And he actually passed here on park dancing at Hoedown Island.
Oh, wow.
It was his true beloved passion, and he really just wanted to keep that Appalachian spirit alive. So, and we kind of highlight a lot of like local groups. So just this past Saturday, we had, I think it was a local high school group of cloggers. So they came and performed. We'll do live singers. So it's really a neat experience. And kind of what I really like about it is it's truly Eastern Kentucky. You know, I think clogging is unfortunately like a dying activity, but if you come here where you can root right into it and really appreciate what it is. I can't move that fast like those cloggers do. So I enjoy watching it because I've got 2 left feet. So it's really neat to watch. But
sounds like something that's authentic, not performative.
Absolutely.
It's actually a part of their culture.
Absolutely.
That
Yes.
they are keeping alive.
Yes. Yeah.
Those are the things we're looking for these
Absolutely.
days.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really cool. You should come and check it out. And it's only $3 to get in. And it's been $3 for like 50 years.
Wow.
So $3 to get in, 12 and under free. So
What a bargain.
Yeah. Only
That's
cash
fun.
though. We don't have a swipe and stuff.
No swiping.
No swipe. Yeah. We haven't got there yet.
That'd be something you could put your nickels and dimes together for.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
people pay and change. It's totally fine.
Sure.
If you got any pennies left now, I'm like, yeah, I'll take them. I'll take them.
That's right, all day long.
But yeah,
Okay.
so there is a lot to do here. But you know, if you can really come and spend like a week, you know, I think you'll have a full week. And I always recommend folks, like if you're not sure, just call us.
Sure.
Call at the Hemlock Lodge. You know, I'll come over and talk to you if you're here in person and don't know what to do, because it is kind of hard if you just Google it. You're like, where do I start? How do I map this out? Because I want to see the natural bridge, but I want to go to the gorge, but I want to go to the Kentucky Reptile Zoo, but I want to do so. Just call and we'll kind of help you figure out what's the best experience for you.
I believe you.
Yeah.
We called yesterday, and Ava, shout out to Ava.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she was just so brilliant with all the information. I'm like, okay, well, but then what time does this close? And she, you know, zipped it out so kindly. She was great.
That's good.
So this is so exciting. I mean, there's so much to do here. And if you want to make you all the base for all the adventure, you'll have lodge rooms, you have cottages, you have campground.
Yep, we have 2 campgrounds.
options.
Yep, for sure. So we're a good home hub for you to. And plus, we're not moving. So you come right back. We've been here for 100 years. We're going to be here for another 100 more. So you come and stay. And then what I really like, and, I've had this question a few times, especially with our 100th anniversary, is like, how many different types of generations do you have? And I know I've mentioned it a few times, but I really like the generational visitors. So there's a couple people, like families that I know who, like, I know their grandparents, I know mom and dad, and now their kids are starting to come, and then maybe their kids. And I really like that it gets handed down through the family, and we're still be here no matter what.
I think that's part of what the state park system is to
Absolutely
is to people. It's they have kind of and become like a chain of our memories.
Yes.
That you want to continually pass.
Absolutely, yes. And I know, like, just from the short 7 years I've been here, I've helped with a couple engagements, a couple wedding announcements. So it is really nice to be able to revisit and then rekindle those memories that you've had, and then share them with everybody. So that's really cool. And I didn't mention, if we have time, that I kind of just briefly mentioned it, the Kentucky Reptile Zoo.
Okay.
So not on park, but again, just right off, when you get off exit 33, the Red River Gorge Visitor Center is right there, the bathrooms, it's kind of like behind that. But I like to give them a shout out because they do some amazing work.
Okay.
Have you all ever been there?
We have.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't like snakes, and people are like, but you're the naturalist. And I'm like, well, I handle them, but there's a difference between handling them and liking them.
Yeah.
If you don't like snakes or do like snakes, though, I think it's a really cool place to go. So for those of you who don't know, they are one of the only places that do milking of the venomous snakes and make anti-venom. And then they send that anti-venom to UK and Clark Regional. And every day at 1, they usually milk the venomous snakes, and you can go and watch it and check it out. And you'll never be able to do that anywhere else, I don't think. So That's really cool to come and watch. It's educational. They'll give you a tour of the facility and all the critters they got there too. But I like all of the different research that they teach you and show you about. So what did you guys think of it when you went?
Well, I mean, it was just...
It was pretty amazing.
There were so many things, and what they're doing there is important to our health and safety.
Absolutely.
Of those of us who want to be on trails,
and
want to get out in nature.
For sure.
They make it possible for us to.
I think this is a prime example. I mean, you can talk about places and experiences, but sometimes you just need to go for yourself.
Absolutely.
To get the full picture of it.
I would agree with that. I'd never been there, and then when I started this job, as part of like my fun training, I take my seasonals there now, and I'm like, but we're here for a reason. Like, listen to what they're saying, because we can not only like learn from them, but then we can tell other folks. Their copperhead research is in breast cancer research right now, so they're trying to find a cure with copperhead venom. Like, that's crazy to me. That's a crazy sentence to even just say. You know what I mean? So it is a great place. I like them as well.
Yeah. I think this area has no scarcity.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting things to do.
I would agree.
You all again, I know we've said it probably 3 times now, but you're such a great hub for so many things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there really is a plethora of adventure and experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love that. This is the awesome job.
Sorry, I'm adding this. I'm just thinking about it. But the Sheltoe Trace Trail is even on property.
It is,
too, right?
Yep.
That goes into Daniel Boone National Forest, but you all have a part of it here.
We do, yep. So we have that Whittleton Arch Trail I mentioned earlier is also a part of the Sheltoe Trace Trail.
Okay.
And then it connects like on the main side of the park through our Balanced Rock Trail, and then onto a part of our Sand Gap Trail. So some people will come and just like through hike. And mentioning like another hub, a lot of people who are through hikers use this to get mail, to take a shower, to get a hot meal, to do laundry. So that's another good like hub station for them too.
You're all a place they can count on.
Yeah, they're like civilization. Yes. So yeah, I like that as well.
But. And we've been able to count on you evidently for 100 years.
Yes, absolutely.
So
yep.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
you've been fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Even though we've been here 4 or 5 times, maybe 6.
We've learned something new. That's the thing about a state park. You can revisit and always find something new.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really like. Like even, I mean, I just learned something that I've been here for 7 years, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was here or existed. So even me, just being where I'm at, I'm still learning. So I definitely, Kentucky State Parks are we're the nation's finest for a reason. So.
We agree.
Yeah.
We'll end on that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you all. I had a pleasure talking with y'all. Thank you.